Hey, Jay Clark, going over this project RM-Z450 for TransWorld. Great bike stock, won the TransWorld Shootout I think the last 2 years. Really good bike, all around stock, and we want to see what we can do to improve this thing. We're going to go around and tell you what we did here. So the main thing we wanted to do is just get a little bit of a power increase while keeping the motor relatively reliable with good parts that wouldn't cause any problems long term. And so we went with a high compression piston from Vertex with some hot cam stage 2 cams. So that's the main motor mod we did. And so what that does, the cam's gonna give us a little bit more bottom to mid power, and the cam's a little bit more mid to top. So good power increase throughout is what we're looking for. FMF Mega Bomb header with an RCT 4.1 muffler, really good combo, works good all around, and kind of something we'd even do with just the stock motor, a good upgrade. Okay, for the motor, the only other performance thing we did was added a bit of Renegade fuel to give us that extra oomph we're looking for. And the rest of the motor is all stock. We were able to use the stock valve springs, and the hot cams can use the stock valve springs. Good reliability on the valve train, and that's what we were going for there. So the Hinson Clutch is a really good clutch setup for all these bikes. One of the little weaker parts on the RMZ would be the clutch, and so you want to upgrade the entire clutch setup when that time comes and your parts are worn out. You're going to upgrade to the Hinson setup. For this project, went with some really cool looking wheels and rim setup. It's a complete wheel set from Tusk, and the entire setup is $499 bucks with free shipping. So it's a really affordable wheel set, and yet it looks really cool, and durability is really good as well. To add some braking power to this bike, we added an oversized front rotor from Tusk as well, and that just gives us a real good added grip when we want to stop. Good to upgrade to any race bike you got is an oversized front rotor. So for the bars and up our controls, we went with some Renthal 997 bars, same bend as the stock Honda bars, kind of a good standard there. Works Connection perch lever, really good feel there. Also Works Connection has a new front brake lever that they have, really nice feel to it, a lot like stock, but it comes in black. CV4 added some nice hoses here, and we got these in yellow. They have them in all kinds of colors. Really cool looking feature to customize your bike. CV4 also added our high temp cap, keep us from boiling over on the start line or anything like that. Run a little bit higher operating temperatures that way. Works Connection also has radiator braces. Really nice when you're racing to have some added strength there to help you finish out the moto. The stock RMZ suspension is kind of the main thing holding the bike back. Shock, everybody seems okay with the shock. The forks can be a love-hate deal, and most guys feel like the front part of the stroke is a bit soft and gets you into the harshness of the mid-stroke. Race Tech addressed those issues for us to go with a little bit better setup for us on the suspension. Chain and sprockets in this bike went with some Renthal chain and sprockets, and made it up to we use the stock gearing, pulls the stock gearing very well. Also we had an Air Force Mototask air boot, works really good. Add a little bit more power to the bike as well with that on. For the look of the bike, Attack Graphics made us some custom graphics, and Moto Seat made us up a nice pleated gripper seat cover.
Hey, this is Rich Taylor with TransWorld Motocross out here at Paula Raceway. Just got done riding this hopped up RM-Z450. It's got like a high compression piston, some cam work done to it, some suspension. Just want to tell you a little bit of how it was on the track. You know, for not such an expensive modification to a bike, it's amazing how much better these things can get. You know, the high compression piston and the cam setup give the bike so much more brap out of the corner. It's amazing. You can run a gear higher kind of all the way around the track, and the thing just pulls. Just makes it nice and smooth and easy. You don't have to be so up and down on the shift lever. You can just kind of be a little bit lazy almost. Put it in third gear, cruise these corners, and just let it run. The thing's got power for days. It's insane how fast these things go. You know, it's just really easy to make them really, really fast. Suspension-wise, Race Tech did their modifications, set it up. I weigh about 170, 175 pounds. You know, they did the fork mod and the shock mod. Basically just made it a lot better coming out of the corners with the shock. Acceleration bumps got plusher, made traction to the rear tire a lot better, hooked up. And then, you know, the forks, at first they were a little bit divey. We stiffened them up slightly, gave a little bit of compression, and then they worked really well. Balance was excellent, braking bumps, no problem. All these big, out here at Paula today, the jumps are really big. you know, we had no issues with them bottoming or anything. That's about it for the hopped up RMZ450. This is definitely a great way to go.